The statement on the thumbnail is not a metaphor. An object as simple as a coffee cup is actively programming a mindset of scarcity, but it has nothing to do with the price of the coffee itself. That is a distraction from the real mechanism. For decades, we have been told about the latte factor, the idea that small expenses add up. This is a surface-level truth that hides a much more powerful and dangerous underlying principle. It mistakes the symptom for the cause. The real cost of the daily coffee is not monetary. It is psychological. Every time that purchase is made automatically, without conscious intention, a specific mental muscle is being trained. A neural pathway is reinforced, becoming a default command. This habit, is not just about coffee. It is an algorithm for small-scale comfort-seeking and justification. A piece of software that runs quietly in the background of the mind, waiting for its next instruction. We think we are making a choice, but after a certain point, the choice is making us. The automated purchase is a vote, a daily ballot cast in favor of a specific financial operating system. The problem is that this operating system, trained by such a small and seemingly harmless decision, does not stay small. It scales. And that is where the true damage is done. This is the principle of algorithmic escalation. The brain is an efficiency engine. It does not like to create new solutions for similar problems. It prefers to reuse existing successful code. The coffee algorithm is successful code. It is successful because it achieves its goal, delivering a small hit of dopamine and comfort with minimal friction. The brain tags this algorithm as effective, so it applies it to the next, slightly larger decision. That new streaming service for $15 a month, the logic is the same. The justification feels familiar. It is a small price for comfort and entertainment. The coffee algorithm runs, and the purchase is made. That online flash sale for a $70 item that is not needed? The algorithm is triggered again. It is a small price for the thrill of a deal and the satisfaction of acquisition. The core programming is identical. The coffee cup did not make anyone poor. It simply built the weapon. It crafted the mental tool that is then used, again and again, to dismantle financial progress on a much larger scale. The result is a constant, low-level financial bleed, a death by 1,000 cuts, all administered by the same blade forged in a coffee shop. But how do you stop a program that runs automatically? You cannot fight the algorithm with willpower. Trying to simply resist the coffee is like trying to hold your breath indefinitely. Eventually, the automatic system takes over. Willpower is a finite resource. The algorithm is not. The only way to defeat a program is to introduce a superior one. You need to interrupt the automatic execution and force a conscious decision. This is done by asking a different question. The old question was, can I afford this? For a $5 coffee, the answer is almost always yes. This is a useless question. It is a permission slip for the algorithm to run. The new question is this purchase the optimal allocation of this specific unit of capital toward my primary goal? This question is long, analytical, and unemotional by design. It short-circuits the comfort-seeking algorithm. This is not about deprivation. You may well decide the coffee is the optimal choice. The victory is not in saving the $5. The victory is in reclaiming control of the decision-making process itself. By doing this with the smallest decisions, you are installing a new operating system, one of intention. You are training a new algorithm that, just like the old one, will begin to scale. Let us call this new system the intentionality protocol. Its function is to transform automatic expenses into deliberate investments. This applies even to things like a cup of coffee. You are not buying a drink. You are investing in a moment of focus or pleasure. The first step is defining the primary goal. What is the money for? Without a clear destination, any path will do. And the path of least resistance, the old algorithm, will always win. The second step is the interruption. Physically create a barrier between impulse and action. Use a different account for discretionary spending, or simply enforce a 10-minute waiting period before any non-essential purchase. This creates space for the new question to be asked. The third step is the analysis. Ask the new question. Is this the best use of these $5 right now to get me closer to my defined goal? Be honest. The answer is not always no. By practicing this with the smallest, most frequent decisions, you are doing mental weight training. You are building the cognitive muscle needed to apply this same logic when the numbers have 3 more zeros at the end. This reveals the core principle. Your financial reality is not the sum of your expenses, it is the reflection of your most repeated decision-making algorithm. Master the algorithm and you master the outcome. So we have seen that the true enemy of wealth is not a $5 coffee, it is automaticity. It is the unconscious programming that a simple habit can install, which then scales to govern our entire financial life. The tool to combat this is not a budget, but a question. A conscious interruption that reclaims control from the algorithm and forces every dollar to be intentional. This is how you rewrite your financial operating system. This principle of exposing and rewriting hidden mental programming is the master key. It applies far beyond personal finance. It is fundamental to any system where human psychology is the dominant variable. Consider the world of trading. Many believe failure comes from bad strategy or complex indicators. But what if the vast majority of losses come from a similar, deeply ingrained mental model that no one is taught to see? There is a fundamental misunderstanding about how markets and skill acquisition actually work, a paradox explained not by finance, but by the simple physics of learning to ride a bicycle. The video on your screen right now decodes this exact mental error. It exposes the unseen framework behind profitable strategy. To understand the algorithm that keeps 95% of traders from succeeding and how to override it, click on the video now.